Are day-to-day expenses cheap in Mexico? Hi, broadcasting not live from Mazatlan, Mexico, I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. Let's talk about day-to-day or monthly expenses when living in Mexico. In our last video, we put up information about many of the places that I've lived over the last 20 years in Mexico. I talk about many different rental situations and pricing situations on the affordability, or some people would call it cheapness, of renting in Mexico. A link to that video is in the description below. It's about 5 paragraphs down. In this video, we're going to talk about the most common expenses that you will encounter when you live or visit or move to Mexico. Those common expenses would be cable, internet, gas, electricity, transportation, and a few other items. Let's start with cell phone cost. I contract with the biggest Telcel provider in Mexico. It's called Telcel. Almost anybody you see on a cell phone uses Telcel, and that costs me right around $35 a month. I've had the same service for almost 20 years, and they have never charged me more. With my Telcel phone service, I can call anywhere, I can be anywhere in Mexico, use the phone, call throughout Mexico, the United States, and Canada for no additional charges. To use a cell phone plan like this, you have to go to the Telcel company and sign up, and then you get a monthly bill. On the other hand, you can just go to 7-Eleven and buy a cheap cell phone, and then you can just buy minutes every day, every week, or every month. I've had cable TV ever since I got to Mexico. In 10 years of the places that I lived in, cable was included in my rent. It's included in my rent now, and usually with cable comes internet access also. But I looked up what it would cost. Right now, my landlord has what they call Mega Cable, and for 60 meg internet and 300 channels, that's about $25 a month. With Mega Cable for a faster connection, that would be 500 meg, 300 channels, that would be $40 a month. If you want internet service only, you can go to Telmex. That is the main telephone company of Mexico, and you can go down to Telmex, get a modem, and that's going to cost you about $20 a month, and 200 meg. Transportation. Let's talk about getting around on public buses. Public buses throughout Mexico come and go quite frequently, like every 5 minutes. You can go pretty long distances, let's say like a 30-minute trip, a 60-minute trip, and that's only going to cost you about 68 cents. They have many taxis in Mexico. I find the most affordable one is the cell phone app Didi. It's like Uber, except it costs half the money. A 2-mile ride is going to cost you about $2.50 or less. Please leave a comment, tell us what you think. And if you like the video, click the like button. If you know somebody that wants to know about expenses of living in Mexico, click the share button. Let's talk about gas. This is very unique compared to the United States. In Mexico, almost everywhere that I've lived, the hot water comes from gas, and the gas stove comes from gas. Mexico, for the most part, throughout Mexico, doesn't have underground gas lines like they do in the United States. So what you have to do, you have to buy these gas propane containers. They're about 4 feet tall. When you run out, you call the gas company and they replace your old ones and put in a new one. Some properties I've lived in have big gas tanks. In that case, the gas people come out in their little truck. They put this big hose on your propane tank and they fill up your tank. I'm going to say depending upon how much you cook or how many hot showers you take, gas is going to cost you about $15 to $30 a month. We have a brand new Facebook group. It's called Mexico Expats. Bill, Dallas, Lewis. Come and post your images, your videos, and share your thoughts about the joys of living in Mexico. Electric is a little different. If you live in a very mild climate, a place like Guadalajara, Ajijic, or Chapala, where it's not hot and humid, your electric is going to cost you about $15 to $20 a month. What's really going to get you in electric is air conditioning. When I lived in Puerto Vallarta, living here in Mazatlan, in the winter time when I don't use the air conditioner, I'm paying about $20 a month for electricity. But last year, in the hottest month when I used my air condition more than ever, I paid about $80 a month. On a side note for electricity, I've lived in like 10, 15 places in 20 years, and this is the first apartment I've had with an electric stove. One of the most affordable things in Mexico is food, especially your fresh vegetables, your fresh fish, your fresh meat, especially when you avoid the grocery stores, avoid Walmart, avoid Costco, and just go to the local family vegetable, meat, and fish markets. The prices are going to be so low that your eyes will fall out. Every community in Mexico has somebody that has a meat market or a vegetable market and a fish market. And as you walk around and explore your community, you will find these family-owned businesses. And now that I know where all of these various places are, I cook at home or eat at home all of the time, and I spend hardly any money on food. I'm going to say my food cost is about $100 to $125 a month, and that's pushing it. We go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Come join us and ask questions about the joys of living in Mexico. Click that subscribe button and you'll get a reminder and join in on the fun. Thank you so much for joining us today. Living in Mexico is such a joy, and the day-to-day expenses make me very, very happy. We have many more videos to come. Click that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next video.